Center updates.
And checking in on the tropics, still pretty busy out in the Atlantic basin, especially out in the open Atlantic, where we now have Hurricane Nigel. 80-mile-per-hour winds moving to the northwest at 12 miles per hour. That is forecast to become a Category 2 storm by tomorrow. It will be recurving back off to the north and east and staying out at sea. So good news there. We have a couple of other areas of interest. This will likely be our next named storm, up to 70% probability for a wave emerging off the coast of Africa. So that may become a depression or a storm. Then we have some stormy area here off the east coast expected to develop into an area of low pressure. So that will likely stay out in the Atlantic as well. Low probabilities there, so we'll keep an eye on things. But we've used 2/3 of the names so far on the list, the name list for this season. Next up will be Ophelia, followed by Philippe. High pressure in place across the area. We had that nice dry air filter in this weekend. You probably noticed it's feeling cooler. We're actually still pretty warm out there, but that low relative humidity makes it have a bit of a cool feel. And in the upper levels this week, we are under the influence here, kind of on the eastern side of this ridge that's off to our west. So we have that northwesterly flow continuing to bring the dry air in, and we may see a more active pattern heading into the weekend with a trough pushing a cold front through, it looks like, by early next week. But dew points here across the region in the 40s and 50s across the southeast. So very dry air is in place, which of course means very little chance for rain. So we keep this in place through Tuesday. Winds do return to the south, so we do see a gradual increase in dew points back to humid levels here for later this week. And with that, we'll start to see a chance for at least an isolated shower by the second half of the week. But we still do have a fire danger statement, which is just one step below a red flag warning. Winds really aren't high enough to see a red flag warning issued today, but we do have that relative humidity in the 20 to 30% range. Winds out of the north, and of course our ongoing exceptional drought conditions. So elevated fire weather conditions, and this will likely continue on Tuesday as well. But check out our lows for tonight. Some upper 50s on the board through Jonesville and Natchez. Low 60s here through the rest of the area, including here in the metro area. We had a low of 60 degrees last night. So some nice cool mornings, still some warm afternoons, though, up to 96 for your Tuesdays. Some low 90s there to the north, and mid and upper 90s for the rest of the area, which of course is actually running quite above the average highs for this time in September. So take you through Futurecast. Really not a lot to look at tomorrow. Lots of sunshine across the board. Going to be a beautiful day yet again. And really, again, no chance for rain here across our local areas. So low 60s early on. We're close to 90 by lunchtime. And then by 5 o'clock, we're into the low 90s here across the area. Winds out of an easterly direction tomorrow. Pretty light overall. And looking at our extended forecast as we head into the rest of the week, we have a lot of sunshine here on the board from now through Friday, and temperatures holding pretty steady as well. We do have 60s each morning, and afternoon highs still running in the 90s. Not quite our triple digits that we've had, but still pretty warm for September standards. And of course, Saturday is that fall equinox, or first official day of astronomical fall. But by Thursday, we do start to see at least a chance for isolated rain Thursday, Friday into the weekend. And then as we get a cold front dropping towards the area by early next week, we'll see rain chances there at least in the 20 to 30% range. Unfortunately, nothing significant, though, but some